Yeah, I guess. Okay, seems like it's recording, so I guess that should be okay. Alrighty. Um, yeah, so I was a bit busy today, so I wasn't really able to reply on all your messages, but yeah, thanks anyway for sending me that. Well, no, not really pep talk, but just it was good to see a bit of your opinion and some more feedback on where you are at this point in the process. So it's starting, yeah. Love you, boys. That was probably the hardest thing, but I mean, at least I was there and I've seen it, and it's I just had to like think by myself. You're still in a place where a lot of people would I mean would be really happy to even experience it in a Jeep car, so so yeah. Oh, fuck. Oh, I really hope I didn't break any ribs. Oh, fuck. Fucking shit. Oh my god, this is pretty painful. Oh, fucking on my ribs. Oh, I want to get out of this place. It's kind of weird to say, but I don't know. Yeah, it almost feels like it's something that had to happen for some reason. This place wants me dead. I found peace with the idea pretty quickly. On the road again. No time for crying out here. I don't easily give up, and I mean, after I crashed, I cycled for another 3-4 hours in like the worst headwind probably ever had. I got a painkiller, and I just tried to figure out if my body would allow me to keep going. It just hurted a lot, and like every bump was just really painful, and So yeah, I just I kind of realized it was game over, and usually I would be the kind of guy that would like have a really hard time with it, especially because you've done all this effort and you came this far from home and all these factors. But I was like, I had a really good time out there before the race, and the first days I was in the race. This guy is funny. Yeah, I saw like some sunsets which were really one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. It's like, it seems like the light is really different out there, and it's just like around Karakol it's like a more green area, and the grass is like super green. It's like they say the grass is greener on the other side, but it seems like it's the case in Kyrgyzstan. It's yeah, it's really a place I would like to go back to, because it's really special. Like the people living in these mountains at really high altitude, and like herding their sheep and just running their horses through these really like remote places. They probably hardly ever see any people out there. So it's really cool to experience this. And
hey, hey, yoo-hoo! Yoo-hoo! Hey!
Well, we're not going to be much longer than that.
no, I think we'll see.
Everything is possible. Maybe it is useful. I'm sure it is useful to. Yeah, it's not a stigma, but yeah, it is a stigma. It's a taboo. It's like. Are you not worried about like the perception of people that don't know you changing, maybe? You're on your next race and there's a bunch of people you don't know, but they know something about you that usually most people would never ever imagine. Is that something that you considered?
I don't care at all, actually.
But once you've shared it here, it's gone. It's like you've shared it.
Yeah, and it will be there forever.
Why do you think you need cycling so much this way? Why do you think this kind of cycling fits your personality and suits your needs?
In the past, it for sure meant something different than what it is now. Because at this point, it just because I love doing these races and getting out there in this adventure, but it's not like back in the days I was cycling to, like deal with this trauma. It's hard to just bring it under words. Like
I totally, I feel the same. I'm like, so are we gonna talk about this now? Like, it just feels, it's a big stretch, and maybe it's not the way to do it.
When something like this starts, it all begins as, just a regular relationship, and we had a lot of common interests, me and him, so that was a pretty easy way for him to like, sort of get into my world as well, and it always felt like we were just, best friends, even though there was this massive age difference, because he was 3 times my age. It was like a person who I could tell anything to, because when you're a teenager, it's just harder to tell personal things to your parents. At least that's how it was for me. So he was kind of this person that I could just tell anything to. So there was this big feeling of confidence, and I trusted him a lot, and that's how this began. I was only realizing what was going on after this abuse was already finding place for probably almost 2 years. Because this way he got into my head before it all began, it just sort of got so deep that I just didn't realize how messed up this actually was. I was always riding bikes, and my parents and sisters as well, and my first like proper cycling experiences were like touring as a family. So we did three bigger bike trips, all starting from our hometown. And there were all like trips between 3 weeks and a month, like cycling every day more or less. So I kind of grew up with it, and it made me feel super comfortable, like not knowing where to sleep the next night, and all these little factors became like a second nature because of this. And then I got into touring, so I did a lot more kilometers this way. And then of course, when I heard of the Tour Divide, I started like sort of preparing for this on my own way, but I didn't have any coach or following any plan. I just rode my bike a lot, and probably too much. All these kind gestures of people that are willing to help you along the way, to feel welcome in their towns and even inside their homes, was sometimes hard to imagine. And it's by having experienced this a number of times on different trips, I realized again there's far more good than bad people in the world, which is something I doubted for way too many years. And it was at this phase in my life where I never felt any better than while being on the road, traveling with my bike. And I felt lost for so long, and I just wanted to find myself again. And I knew that for me the only way to do so was to throw myself in the unknown and simply feel free. So I quit my job and I packed my bike. I crossed the ocean and left for 8 months to South America without any plan. Just all I knew was I wanted to ride my bike all the way south. And I found myself in difficult situations sometimes, and it was because, dealing with the consequences of the choices I made along the way, that I just started to feel more confident again. And during this trip I gathered the tools I needed to give everything that happened in the past a place in my mind. Things like this shouldn't happen at all, to nobody, but you're in this and you're like totally helpless, and there's no way you would just like go to someone or to my parents, for example, and just tell them, it's just so much bigger than this, and you just feel lonely. And it was actually only a few years after it stopped that I actually totally realized what happened, because it felt like a few years long dream sort of, and then you get to this point where you tell this, which was my girlfriend at that point, you're going through these details, and that's when I actually totally realized what happened. And it's by telling this to someone the first time and the second time and the third time, you start to like see yourself in a mirror again. And that's the first time when I told it felt like I did something really good. And it's definitely just simply the first step to seek help. And
why do you want to share this in this film? Like, what? I thought we were making a film about like crashing and scratching and walking with crutches and whatnot. But like, why are we talking about this?
For me, sharing this story in this film, it's like closing some sort of a chapter in my life. And it's sort of like this knee injury. It feels like it had to happen because that put me in a state where I was just home and having a lot of time to think about things. For me, it started to make sense to just share this with the world, because it's basically about who I am and what cycling has always meant for me. Luckily, it all changed until the point where I'm at now, and that's basically, these days I'm just riding my bike and racing, most of all because I just like to throw myself in the unknown, and I like to see the world from my bike. And now I like the competitive side about it, and I'm not really doing this anymore because I feel like I need it to like rebuild myself.
Yee-hoo!
much of it is just about setting little goals in between, and once you reach those, you just try to reset yourself again, basically. And I often trick my own mind, and when you succeed in that, you can almost keep going forever, crossing high mountain passes, ice cold rivers in the middle of the night. Sometimes you can't feel your toes for hours on end. You're desperately hoping for the sunrise to come. It's all a big part of it, and all of a sudden you wake up in a ditch after a 20-minute alarm and it feels like you slept for ages. Almost at the top of the old Soviet road. Well, road is that's where CP2 was. And he came out of nowhere, and there was like, I have no idea where he came from, because I was in this one road, and I didn't see any houses or any buildings or any, kind of human structures, and all of a sudden he was there. So it was, it was like a ghost. It always helped me to reach places in myself I would have never reached without like pushing myself really hard. And it was always a way to dig up like really deep emotions and figuring out how to deal with them, and it gave me the opportunities to rebuild myself, and it was sort of like a therapy for me.